Chloe Myers had always been a quiet girl, bookish, observant, with a fascination for the dark corners of the human mind. Growing up in a small town in Oregon, she kept mostly to herself, finding solace in documentaries about serial killers, unsolved mysteries, and court trials. Netflix, YouTube, and Reddit became her window into a world that both terrified and thrilled her. Her favorite series? Mindhunter and Making a Murderer. Her favorite YouTube content? Deep dives into the psychology of killers. But her obsession took a strange turn when she began joining online forums where people didn't just study true crime, they romanticized it. There were threads about what it would feel like to commit the perfect crime. Some users even described detailed murder fantasies, always ending with just curious. LOL. Chloe never posted. She only lurked. Until one day, she didn't. It started with a post titled, "Would you kill if you knew you'd get away with it?" She read hundreds of comments. Some joked, others were disturbingly sincere. Chloe found herself typing, then deleting, then typing again. Finally, she posted, "I don't want to kill anyone. I just want to understand what it feels like. In real life. Not through a screen." It got no replies. But that sentence stuck in her mind like a splinter. What does it feel like? The power. The fear. The moment when a life ends because of you. She tried to dismiss the thought, but it only grew stronger with time. Then came the night of September 11th, 2022. Chloe was 24 years old, working part-time at a bookstore, and still living with her parents. That evening, she walked to a nearby gas station, picked up an energy drink, and struck up a casual conversation with a woman about her age who was waiting outside, smoking. Her name was Rhea. They talked about podcasts. Coincidentally, both were into Crime Junkie. Chloe smiled when she heard that. They laughed, exchanged numbers. Chloe suggested grabbing a drink sometime. "I've got a bottle of wine back home," she added casually. "Just a few blocks from here." Rhea hesitated, then agreed. That was Chloe's first moment of power. Back in her room, she poured wine into mismatched glasses and put on a playlist. Rhea made herself comfortable on the bed, scrolling her phone. They talked about nothing and everything until Chloe got up to get snacks and came back holding something behind her back. A hammer. No gloves. No mask. Just raw impulse and curiosity. Rhea never saw it coming. The first blow was loud, sickening, and left Chloe shaking. But it didn't kill her. Rhea screamed, staggered, begged. Chloe hit her again. And again. Blood soaked the carpet. The walls. Her own arms. She stood there for several minutes, the room heavy with silence, heart racing. She wasn't crying. She wasn't shaking anymore. Just processing. Chloe stared at the lifeless body and whispered to herself, "So this is what it feels like." She didn't even try to hide it. When her parents came home 2 hours later, they found her sitting cross-legged on the living room couch, covered in blood. Calm. Distant. "Call the police," she said. "I've done something really bad." Her mugshot went viral. Not because of what she did, but how she looked. Blank eyes. No expression. Some people said she looked like she didn't even understand what had happened. Others said she looked proud. During interrogation, Chloe gave chillingly flat answers. Detective Ramirez, "Why did you kill her?" Chloe, "I wanted to know what it would feel like." Detective, "Did you know her?" Chloe, "Barely. She liked the same podcast as me." Detective, "Do you feel sorry?" Chloe, "That's complicated." She was charged with first-degree murder. During her trial, the prosecution painted her as a cold, calculating psychopath who used her obsession with true crime as a blueprint. The defense tried to claim diminished responsibility, suggesting she suffered from dissociative episodes and was overwhelmed by fantasy. But jurors weren't convinced. Chloe was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The judge called her crime a disturbing act of performative cruelty driven by morbid curiosity. The media ran with it. Headlines read, "Killer obsessed with Netflix crime shows murders friend for experience." From fan to felon, the dark descent of Chloe Myers. She didn't want to watch murder. She wanted to feel it. Podcasts that Chloe once listened to now talked about her. Reddit threads dissected her personality, her Tumblr blog, her Spotify playlists. She had become what she once consumed. In prison, Chloe remained eerily calm. She read. She painted. She kept to herself. In a rare interview with a journalist for a crime blog, she said, "I didn't hate her. I didn't plan it for months. It wasn't about anger or revenge. It was about breaking the wall between watching and doing. I crossed that line, and now I know. That's all." When asked if she would take it back, she paused, then said, "I wouldn't do it again. But I needed to do it once."